My name is Sambulo Khumalo, a young man from Kwanongoma Estinzi, KZN. And this is where I'm greeting you from right now, Emakhaya. Ekhaya kwa Khumalo wamzilikazi umashoba nomtungu. Umbulazi nini nadla umuntu namnyeka ngendaba. My highlight with Emakhayatech, or actually my highlight of experience with Emakhayatech is the one of how I transitioned from being, a regular person, who was at the university studying, to actually become the CEO of a company. That is my highlight. Where I got to a stage where I registered my own business and actually become a CEO of Capispire Geotech Solutions, from being someone who was struggling to pay fees at the university to being someone who can actually end up employing people in the future. A lot of people who have cows, who have goats, like a lot of people who have cattle, who have goats, who have sheep out there, are struggling. They're finding very hard to find their livestock when it's lost, because we have this problem of straying animals. Sometimes they stray away, and then the owner of the animal does not know where the animal is. So this solution of mine of this tracking app will help the rural farmers, the rural livestock farmers, and also the commercial ones, to help each other in this space, in this platform that I'm creating for them, so that whenever the livestock gets lost, the owner of the cattle or the sheep or the goat can actually report it to the app, and then those who are using the app can actually see, can actually be aware of the animals that are lost, and whenever they see them, they can contact the owner directly without him going out, meeting the people and actually asking, have you seen my so-and-so cow? Have you seen my so-and-so sheep or goat? They can actually, at the comfort of their home, sit down and, upload it on the app. And then people who are using the app, whenever they see that cattle, or like those cattle, whenever they see that cow, whenever they see that sheep, they can actually report, or actually contact them privately and give them the location of that animal without him going out there and asking. What inspired the idea? It's because I grew up as a young man. I grew up as a small boy. I grew up looking after the cows in this home, and there was so many challenges that we faced as we were growing up, looking after driving the cattle and everything. So when I thought about about an idea that a technological idea that can improve the lives of people in agriculture, in the sphere of agriculture, I had no choice but to think about livestock agriculture, because this is the industry that I grew up in. I was driving the cattle and everything, and because of the challenges, I know the challenges that people in the livestock agriculture are facing. I know them by experience. So as a result, I ended up thinking about the solutions that I can bring using this, using technology in this area of agriculture. My biggest takeaway from the business course that I did was what I learned about entrepreneurship. To actually, it's an understanding of what entrepreneurship is, because when I started the course, in my mind, at the back of my mind, there was this thing that most people cherish, who have went from, started their education from primary to high school, and then after that, and also went to varsity. This idea, this thinking of that we need to be employed in order for us to actually to be able to make a living. But when I learned and understood the concept of entrepreneurship, that's when my perspective changed. My biggest takeaway was to understand how to start, run, and manage the business. Sambulo before Emakhayatech was a guy who was stranded, a guy who was at the university, who was supposed to pay his fees, who did not even know how to go about paying the fees. Sambulo before Emakhayatech was a guy who was trying so hard, who was struggling to find a job, was trying so hard. Actually, he grew to a point where he became desperate. He was willing to take anything, in order for him to make money. Like the Sambulo that I am now is different from that Sambulo, because the Sambulo that I am now, even though I haven't got to where I want to be right now, I know that in order for me to be able to make a living, I don't need to to continue saving applications at companies in order for me to get employed. Now I know how to actually look for opportunities in the area and actually start a business of my own. Because as I'm talking to you right now, I'm an entrepreneur. I think outside of the box. Like I don't become like other people who think that I need a CV in order for me to make it. I start something and I follow through. And as I'm talking to you right now, I will never go hungry again. I will never actually go short of the money for me to buy data or to buy cosmetics. But Sambulo before Emakhayatech, I was in those situations. But now, Sambulo, after Emakhayatech or with Emakhayatech right now, I'm a guy who will never struggle again, because I know how to make a living as an entrepreneur. I know how to spot, opportunities and start a business of my own and run it. I know how to manage money. I know I know a great deal now. I know how to register a company. I know how to, I know how to expand. I know how to implement the ideas that I hear in my mind. And now they do not remain in my mind. They actually get implemented.